G'day, I'm Jack Lord, and here today in southwestern Australia, I'm at the Wurundjeri community trying to figure out their Watjobaluk counting system. Follow me. So today, August 4th, it turns out it's the National Aboriginal Islander and Children's Day. So they're not letting any cameras inside the Wurundjeri community. So I'm going to go in there, I'll have a chat with one of the elders, and I'll find out what there is to know about the counting system. I'll be right back. So what I've found out is that the counting system is used predominantly to send messages with messages sticks. Something like this, with numbers written on it. These symbols would say things to neighbouring clans, such as, there's an organised fight going to happen, there's a dance connected to Dreamtime, or there's other ceremonies or celebrations, perhaps for inducting new people to the generation or bringing in the new generation. Pretty interesting stuff. But I haven't found out what they say for each number or what they symbolise. So I'm going to have to go back in, have a chat and find that out for you now. Now the most intriguing part of what I've just found is the way that they use their body and body parts to symbolise the number system. They start with just their little finger with number 1 and go all the way to the top of their head to symbolise each number. Much different to anything we've seen before. Here I've got written numbers 1 to 15, which are translated to the language that they use in the Wurundjeri community. They only use the numbers 1 to 15 in their counting system, which I'll get to later. I'm going to pronounce them, and I've got them written down so that your education is the best informed it can be. Number 1 is the Giti Munya, that's the little finger. Number 2 is the Gayat Munya, and that's the ring finger. Number 3, the Marang Munya, and that's the middle finger. Number 4, we've got the Yolap Munya, that's the index finger. Number 5, the Bap Munya, that's the thumb. Number 6, we've got the Datga, and that's the elbow, which is an interesting one that I'll get back to. Number 7, we've got the Boy Bun, and that's the forearm. Number 8, we've got the Bundadi, that's the elbow, which could come down to a leading of misinterpretation done in 1904, but I'll get to that in the next segment. Number 9, we've got the Jenjen Dartchuk, and that's the biceps. Number 10, we've got the Borparung, and that's the point of the shoulder. Number 11, we've got the Jarak Gorn, that's the throat. Number 12, we've got the Narek Rembol, and that's the ear. Number 13 is the Wurat Rembol, and that's just up behind the ear. Number 14, there hasn't been a found interpretation yet, but there's a few suggestions that I'll get to. And number 15, that's the Det, and that's the crown of the head. So you'll remember from our previous segment where I counted out each number and told you the translation and which body part it correlated to, that 6 and 8 were both the elbow. This comes down to a point of misinterpretation done by Alfred Howard. This was the guy who in 1904 was studying the people right here in southwestern Australia and the Indigenous community, and he found out that numbers 1 through to 15 all translated to a different body part. 6 and 8, however, he got a bit stuck with, and he thought they were both the elbow. Some common findings find that 6 may be the forearm, as it follows with the pattern of how the body parts go, but this cannot be confirmed. You also would have noticed that number 14, the Doke, had no interpretation and no correlation to a body part. We're not sure why this is, there hasn't been much previous research done, but studies do suggest that the number was lost in translation, as was the word. Next I'm going to go and talk to another elder about their education and how it's changed over time. Follow me. While I was talking to the elder, I found out that the counting system here in the Wurundjeri community was actually one that's very special to others around Australia. Other systems around Australia usually count going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 and so on. That's how the Indigenous communities counted, but here with the Watjobaluk counting system, they were different obviously, counting the normal way 1 to 15. This made them very easy to identify and very easy for tribes to know who they were communicating with and where they were coming from, so they knew where they were going to have to dance or who they were going to have to fight when that message stick came in. I also found out from the elder that education is often just passed on from the older generations down to the younger generations. This is done in the hope that they can preserve their techniques and all the ceremonies and all the celebrations that they have, and they can avoid all the colonisation that's occurring in Australia and keep their counting system the way that they want it to happen. Obviously a little bit's changed and there's a few more numbers now which don't have the direct translations just yet, but there is more. So what I've found out is that the number system has not changed too much over time, and here in the traditional communities like this in southwestern Australia, they're still counting with the Watjobaluk counting system, with 1 to 15 being the little finger to their head. Follow me and I'll take you out. So, thank you for watching today. I hope you've learnt a little bit about the southwestern Wurundjeri community here and a little bit about the Watjo Blutt counting system and how it's worked over time. I hope you can go and teach your mates and teach your family. Thank you.